What is going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here with some good news slash bad news slash kind of I don't care, depending on your take. But for me, it's bad news. Kings Island, unfortunately, is after 33 seasons removing Vortex, which is the aerodynamics custom looper there, and this is a massive ride. It has 6 inversions, the first coaster to go upside down 6 times, 2 vertical loops, 2 corkscrews, a bat wing, and a very long ride time, and a decent drop as well. This ride wasn't really the smoothest, but it wasn't the worst ride ever. I thought it was a pretty decent ride. I thought it was pretty fun. I like it. I liked the ride. But unfortunately, it is being removed on October 27th, 2019. And I heard this news yesterday, and I thought to myself, I need to make a new video on this tomorrow morning. And yeah, what is next, though, after Vortex's removal? Vortex, for me, is just, I don't get it, Kings Island. They've been, removing so many rides lately. A lot of big coasters, Firehawk, they got rid of in 2018 for this massive Giga Coaster. But that's a Giga Coaster. That is an awesome ride. And Firehawk, it's not an old, outdated coaster, but it's not some modern thrill machine either. It's just kind of in that middle ground where they just wanted to remove it. But Cedar Fair, to be honest, why are they removing so many coasters? I get it with Volcano, and I know Firehawk had a lot of issues, but overall, it's just Cedar Fair, they're removing decent rides that belong at these parks for a long time, and then boom, all these problems show up, and then they don't want to fix them, so they're just removing the ride completely because it's the cheapo option. But I'm not saying Cedar Fair is a bad company or anything, but it's pretty unfortunate to see a classic ride like Vortex being removed because it's pretty iconic to Kings Island. It's tall, it's fast. Okay, it's not super tall. It's fairly tall for a coaster that goes upside down 6 times. And it's just a really iconic ride. It was a record breaker when it opened, and it's just really sad to see it go. It's even though it may not get the recognition as the Beast, it's one of those rides that just you want to take a try on it. It's just a nice classic experience. Just the feel of the ride just feels cool because it's, even though you kind of feel like you're in slow motion when riding these aero custom loopers, it's pretty cool to ride a classic ride. This is how the coasters used to be back in the day. But here's the thing. What could replace Vortex in the next few years? And these are my 7 options. First, we have RMC T-Rex or Raptor combined into one. RMC Woody, B&M Sitdown, B&M Wing Coaster, B&M Dive Coaster, B&M Flying Coaster, and Mack Rides Multi-Launch Coaster. And for me, I would really want to see a B&M Sitdown or an RMC T-Rex or Raptor. Between those two, the RMC T-Rex or Raptor is way more likely. But I really, in my opinion, I think if Cedar Fair is to remove their aerodynamics coasters, if, let's just say they remove Corkscrew at Cedar Point, I think I'd want, in that plot of land, a similar style layout. Or if you had, a very, very, and I mean very similar layout to the original, it would bring back nostalgia to some fans, but it would be a smoother, more modern experience. With an RMC T-Rex, you can make a steeper drop, some tighter helixes with the flexible track it is, and you could probably add a few airtime moments throughout the ride as well. I think a similar layout to the old Vortex. It doesn't need to be the exact same thing, but similar enough to where it brings back that nostalgic feel to the old Vortex, gives memories of that. Same thing with a B&M Sitdown. I think I would want that similar type of thing. And I think an RMC Woody would be great because it would be another wooden coaster to Kings Island's lineup, but they already have so many wooden coasters, but if they do add one, it would give them a big 3 in wooden coasters with the Beast, Mystic Timbers, and this RMC, as well as their big 3 steel coasters, Banshee, Diamondback, and now Orion for 2020. So, yeah, moving on. What do I think are the 3 most likely options? Well, the RMC T-Rex / Raptor, the Mack Rides Multi-Launch, and the B&M Dive Coaster. I think with Vortex's plot of land, a B&M Dive Coaster would fit well there. Maybe they go for a record breaker to beat out Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland, which opened this year in 2019. They could go with a Mack Rides Multi-Launch. I think that would also be a pretty good fit to this park. Pretty nice launch coaster, because the launch coasters they have, I mean, are just okay. Like, nothing really to scream at. Flight of Fear's kind of not that good besides the theming. And then Backlot Stunt Coaster is pretty fun, but it is more family oriented, so I think something more thrilling and more smooth would be very good with a Mack Multi-Launch. And the RMC Raptor for me, I think, is the best option. And like I said earlier, similar layout to the original Vortex, but you add steeper drops, tighter turns, a bit more airtime hills, but have the same set of inversions, 2 vertical loops, double corkscrew, and a batwing. Like, I think if you did that, you'd have a nostalgic feel for the RMC Raptor. I think that would be my favorite replacement for Vortex, but I think Kings Island, most likely, I think they'll go with B&M or Mack Rides. Like, they'll follow their sister park steps. Like, Kings Island, they got a Giga Coaster 5 years after Carowinds got theirs, and Canada's Wonderland. Who knows? Like, they could get a Mack Multi-Launch like Carowinds or a B&M Dive like Canada's Wonderland. Those are more likely than the RMC Raptor, but you never know. Or RMC T-Rex. One of those I think is the best option, but overall, pretty sad to see Vortex go. It's a classic ride. It's not my favorite. I'm not like saying like this is the best coaster ever, but like overall, even though like parts of it, some people said it was a headbanger. For me, it wasn't too bad, and I thought it was a pretty solid ride. It was pretty fun, classic, and it was overall just like it fit well with Kings Island's lineup. Now they do not have a classic sit-down looping coaster. That's why I think they need either a Mack Rides Multi-Launch, but more likely for me, or what I'd rather have, would be an RMC T-Rex or even a B&M Sitdown Looper, because B&M Sit-Downs have huge capacity. But to end the video off, are you happy or sad that Vortex is being removed? Yes, no, or do you not care at all? But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more videos.